Greetings everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alex here. In today's video we're talking a bit about the cabin crew recruitment events. As you guys know, there are assessment days out there and there are open days out there, and it's quite hard to find open days nowadays. Mostly you have to apply online for a cabin crew job for Etihad, for Qatar, for Saudi, for Riyadh, for Emirates. Of course, you have to apply online first. This is the general rule. Then you go to the open day or assessment day that you have been invited for. Both Emirates and Etihad are recruiting like crazy. Qatar as well. Guys, the Middle Eastern right now, it's a pool of attracting talent from all over the world to join the cabin crew ranks. To be honest, guys, I found some conflicting information because, for example, if we look on certain sites, right, and I'll put this on the screen right now. Oh, this is so bright. On a flight attendant website, we see a lot of open days for Emirates. In Armenia, we see open day in Australia, okay, Bahrain. It goes by alphabetical order, and then you can see those open days in different countries, in different cities. You can see where the hotels are. But regardless of this, I find this conflicting information because if you go, for example, for Emirates official website and you go to careers, you can see the requirements right here, and then if you put at view recruitment events, you will find something like invite only, in which you have to apply using your password, username. You have to create an account with them, and then you have to follow along the regular process, right? The processes in which you are applying for this job. But this is not an open day. This is an invitation only. So again, on this side of the aisle, right, you have this site in which you find open days. But again, if you go to Emirates official website, you have the invite only. From my perspective, guys, I will always trust the website of the airline rather than third parties. But if you want to risk it, you can go to one of those events that it says it's an open day. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So if we look at the requirements, they don't change much, guys. You have to understand the requirements for this job. They will often remain the same for the most part. What are we looking for? Emirates cabin crew, fluent in written and spoken English. Additional language are an advantage. Absolutely, guys. Additional languages. So, you have to use whatever tools you have at your disposal to be able to succeed in those interviews. If you have an additional language, if you have additional skills, you can put them on the table. A natural team player with a personality that shines. I would say that's really subjective, right? A personality that shines. Maybe some people will think your personality is great, but then some other people will think you are a terrible human being. It's subjective. It's subjective. Anyways, I guess that means that you should be able to communicate, to work as a team player, to work within a team. That's very important in our field, in our job. All right, so at least 160 centimeters tall and able to reach 212. So this one changes a lot, guys. In Etihad, on the requirement list, it changed a lot. On Emirates, sometimes it changes. Sometimes it's 165, sometimes it's 161, 162. Able to meet UAE's employment visa requirements. Now, why is this one of the stipulations, one of the points in this list? Unfortunately, if you're from a country that is very politically divided or has an ongoing war, or there's some kind of issue and you cannot apply for a visa in UAE or in Qatar or in whatever country you want to apply for, then you cannot be an employed person of this country. So you have to take that into account. Don't go to any open days if you know that your visa will not pass. 21 years old, this will never change. I think this will remain the same. And have 1 year hospitality customer service experience. This is what Emirates requires. This is what Emirates wants as of today, as of May 2025. Minimum of high school grade 12 education. In case you are Indian, that's the 12th, whatever. So that's the last part of the high school, right? If you finish that, you're good to go, as far as I know. No visible tattoos while in Emirates cabin crew uniform. That means you can have tattoos anywhere on your body, but not in the visible areas which will be exposed while wearing your uniform. So no tattoos on your neck, no tattoos on your wrist, no tattoos on your ankles. You have to keep that in mind, guys. So if you keep asking me on the YouTube comment section, hey Alex, I have a tattoo on my chest, is that a problem? No, it's fine. You just have to keep in mind about the uniform, right? If it's not out of the uniform, it is okay. Yeah, so it really depends when it comes to the recruitment process. Sometimes they'll have open days, sometimes they'll have the assessments. We've been through this before, guys. I don't have to remind you about all the grooming aspects, the way you should have your suit on, the way you should have your bun for ladies, right? There's a lot of information online as well. You can also watch my previous videos about this. Face clean shaven for men, hair properly presented, be well groomed, have nice polished shoes, wear a watch, but a simple one, wear a tie, preferably wear everything black. That will be an advantage, I would say, or navy blue. And of course, we have here a timeline of all the training events. Once you get accepted, the training will be provided for you. No, you don't need previous experience for any of those airlines. You just have to go there. If you're accepted, they will do the training themselves for you, free of charge. It's part of the package. Induction, safety emergency, group medical, security training, hospitality experience. So there's a lot of things, right, within this training, a lot of parts. Those are, I believe, by weeks. So every point has a separate week. So the training total is 7 weeks. It's 2025. Some of the tips, how to succeed in those interviews, guys. I've been a cabin crew for 8 years plus, right? One of the first things is to be able to talk English properly, because you're going to be there in an interview. They're going to ask you questions. You have to really understand what they're saying and reply to those interviewers. If you are unable to do that, then you shouldn't be a cabin crew, right? Learn English, practice your English. You might be super nervous in that day. You might think that the whole world is breaking apart in your head and you really need this job and so on and so forth. But you don't have to show that to the interviewers. You must be confident, you must be able to reply to their questions, and you must be able to do that with a smile. Smile on your face, guys. Very important. Yeah, so English language. It's super important, guys, to be able to talk, to be able to express yourself in English. If you're not at that level yet, hey, you can still try to go for those interviews, but probably it's going to be tough to crack it. Obviously, a thing that's frowned upon nowadays is talking about weight. You're either too skinny or too large, right? And nobody wants to talk about weight because it became this taboo subject in which we all should be super politically correct and we cannot hold back and so on and so forth. Guys, you have to remember, this is Middle East and the standards for airlines is high. Emirates, Qatar, Etihad, Singapore Airlines as well, Asia, right? Very high standards in regards to your physical appearance. Once you put that uniform on, you represent the company, so you should be able to present yourself well. So be within a good range BMI. Have a good BMI, a healthy body, a healthy mind and a healthy body, even better. And yeah, if you think you need to lose some weight, look in the mirror, judge by yourself. What do you think? Do you look like a professional cabin crew? If the answer is no, maybe you can make some adjustments, join a gym, whatever. Same goes if you are way too skinny. Maybe you're really skinny, on the other side. You're on the other side. Maybe try to get to a healthy BMI. Also very important. And you have to remember, guys, your facial features. Like right now, I weigh more than I should. And I see on my face, like it's visible on my face. I think I'm more fluffy on my face than I used to. Everything is visible, guys. Weight, once you put on weight, that's visible. And of course, when you go to those interviews, you have to smile, you have to show your personality, you have to show who you are, but be humble at the same time. Don't go there and brag about things, right? Be humble, be grounded, but confident. I hope that makes sense. Smile a lot. They love smiles. I like smiles. I smile to people most of the times. They will smile back sometimes. And then of course you have to be able to answer some of the questions, right? If they ask you, hey, how's your life like? Tell me about yourself. What's your favorite activity? What's your previous job experience? Why do you want to be a cabin crew? What are your strengths and weaknesses? You should be able to answer those questions. So my exercise is put them on a piece of paper beforehand, before those interviews, and really think about what you will answer. Play that kind of theater role in your head over and over. How will I answer if they ask me this question? You can search online, there's different answers to those questions, but also it's important not to be a robot. Just answer your questions to the best of your abilities. I mean, those interviewers, they have so many candidates all the time, and I think they're tired of the Google answers that they get. I can imagine, hey, why do you want to be a cabin crew? Well, because I like to travel. You know, it's fine, it's a good answer, but it's a very overused answer. Discovering new cultures, all of that. It's a list. You can put them on a list, you can think about it, then use your own perspective, right? And I will tell you a little secret. Sometimes you can ask interviewers questions yourself. Guess what? It's not an interview anymore, it's a conversation. You transform the interview in a conversation. That's something really super relevant. You guys have no idea. This is how you win some interviewers. You can ask them questions as well. Hey, have you been a cabin crew before? You can ask your interviewer that. They will not mind talk to you, especially if you're having a one-on-one conversation or you're in a later part of the interview, or even online. You can ask them questions. They're not robots, they're humans. Of course, there's the talk about body posture, tone of voice. Those are things that they can be studied and they can be practiced. Some people, they have they have this kind of body posture sometimes. They sit like this all the time. Guys, please do not do this. Do not do this in your interview. If you do this, right? Look at me right now. If you do this kind of stuff, that means you're closed towards the person that's talking to you. It's a negative sign, basically. It's a negative body language. So don't do this, don't do this. Don't put your hands in front of you. If you put your hands in front of you, like sitting on a table, it's kind of the same thing. You're blocking the interviewer from yourself. I don't know how to explain better than this. I will finish the video here. I think we're getting too much into it. Those were just some useful tips to crack the interviews. It's already May. It's middle of May. This year is already almost halfway done. And you probably have to become a cabin crew if you're watching this video. So please take note of those kind of tips. If you have any interview experience with those airlines, please put it down below in the comment section. Help other people asking questions in my comment section. Help them with your expertise if that's the case. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.